na inyong pinanood, 'no. Ito naman ay recording ko with them, 'no, na ipinanood ko sa inyo last week. Okay, dito tayo natapos. Ano po? So ang sunod nating topic ay ito na ano, wave reflection. Okay, ano ba itong wave reflection na ito? So I am about to start the discussion. Make sure that you are ready so you can make the most out of this discussion. You know, I will try to be as friendly in terms of technical language so that you will not be overwhelmed. Now, the topic, uunahin ko na kayo, the topic is quite challenging, specifically when it comes to calculations because of ano, ayan, because it will entail a lot of analysis. Okay? So kaya kinakailangan dito, ang itinuturo ko sa inyo mga minamahal kong mga estudyante ay hindi lamang kung paano gamitin ang mga formula. Ang itinuturo ko sa inyo, kung inyong na-observe, tinetrain ko kayo kung paano mag-isip, kung paano maging critical thinkers. Para alam niyo yon, kapag na-transfer ko na sa inyo yung skill, the ability to think critically, hindi ko na kayo kinakailangang turuan. Bakit? Because if you can think critically, kaya mo na sa sarili mo kumbaga. I just ignite the fire and then you light up the entire room because the fire is already ignited. It's like that. Ano, madaling ituro ang laman ng libro, no? Pwede ko rin naman sabihin sa inyo na kayo na ang magbasa, maalam naman kayong magbasa, basahin niyo ang laman ng libro. Pero yung initiative, no, yung enthusiasm na sa iyo manggaling ang initiative na basahin yung laman ng libro kasi excited ka. Ano, yun ang mahirap gawin, 'di ba? Not everyone would have the same enthusiasm, no, na mag self-study. But if you are ignited, once you are ignited, you will feel that enthusiasm, that eagerness, no? Because the fire in you has already started burning, no? And for me, my goal as a professor, not an instructor, because I am done being an instructor, no? I would like to profess what I know. My goal as a professor is to ignite the fire in you. Okay, so that you yourself can carry the torch of light and light yourself and light others so that they may follow. Diba? That is the philosophy here. So I hope everyone gets to appreciate that we are doing this not just as a requirement because I am required to teach you this. No, no, I choose this profession because I believe this is my purpose in life. Last week, I was discussing electronics in Compre, and then suddenly, no, suddenly, it was just a random thought. I just asked them, dear students, what do you think is the purpose of life? Diba? Imagine I was discussing electronics, and then I become something this philosophical, asking my students, what do you think is the purpose of life? Parang layo, di ba? Of course, parang, sir, ano ba, we don't need your philosophical side right now. What we need from you is electronics, not philosophy. Now, however, that is a very important question. Kahit na hindi tayo magklase kayo na transmission line eh. No? Pag nag-sink in sa iyo, what do you think is the purpose of life? Pag na-discover mo yun, kahit hindi na tayo magklase, kasi alam mo na yung purpose, ikaw na mismo ang gagawa nun. Hindi ka maliligaw. Pero kung hindi mo alam ang purpose, then someone has always to guide you. Someone always has to tell you what to do. Because you don't know what to do. You don't have a specific direction. No? You are not chasing a specific direction. That's why you tend to get lost. Okay? So, I asked my students, what do you think is the purpose of life? And of course, I did not ask for their answer because immediately, no, I, for myself, discovered the answer. Of course, I would read articles saying that the purpose of life is to be happy. The purpose of life is to, of course, to live. The purpose of life is to love. But at that very instant, I discovered that the purpose of life is not just to live. The purpose of life is to give life itself the meaning that it deserves. So how do we give meaning to life? It depends on you. So how you make your life, no, is how you give meaning to it. And that is the very purpose of life. No, to give meaning to your minuscule life, a very blip, no, in the entire cosmos. Imagine that the cosmos would be here for billions of years. And our lifetime would be just how many years? 70 years, 80 years. That is just a blip in the history of cosmos. But in that very blip, no, napaka-short span of time, if you can make your life meaningful, then you're able to live a meaningful, a purposeful life. Mga kapatid, ang mabuting balita ng ating kaligtasan. Now, magklase na tayo sa transmission lines. Sabi ko sa inyo, reflection. No? Sabi nga ni Lea Salonga, when will my reflection show who I am inside? Diba? From what Disney movies that? If you are a fan of Disney movies, from what Disney movies that? Anyone?
Mulan.
Yes. From the Disney animated movie Mulan. Although ngayon ay maaraw, hindi pa Mulan, no? So hintay-hintayin natin mamaya baka umulan, 'di ba? Wala lang. Babayan, hinihika pa rin ako. Sabi nung magtatawa at hihikain eh. Ayun, na when will my reflection show who I am inside? Sometimes we need to reflect on ourselves so that we can assess the life that we are living. Are we living a life of purpose? Is the life that we're living devoted for something? No? Are we chasing a goal? Are we chasing a dream? Or are we just living for the sake of living? Diba? Ngayon, kapag sa isang transmission line, no? Anong nakikita nyo ngayon? Mukha nyo, ano? Yan. Anong nakikita nyo ngayon? Slide. Tama ba? Kapag sa isang transmission line, tayo ay nag-introduce ng power. Of course, the energy will propagate along the transmission line. In what form? In what form will the energy propagate along the transmission line? It will propagate in the form of what? Based on our previous discussions, I have mentioned and discussed to you how the energy propagates in a transmission line. Again, I sent a certain amount of power in a transmission line. Of course, it will propagate down the line. In what form? Come on, anyone? In what form does the energy propagate along a transmission line? You know that, I believe. Yes. Tama si Princess. It propagates in the form of waves. Specifically in what kind of wave propagates along a transmission line?
Electromagnetic wave.
Ha?
Electromagnetic wave.
Tama yan. Electromagnetic wave. O ngayon, pagdating ng electromagnetic wave sa dulo, anong mangyayari sa kanya? Of course, the electromagnetic wave will be absorbed by the load. If there is a load. For example, there is a a resistive element at the end of the transmission line, the resistive element will absorb the energy. However, it will absorb the energy only if it matches the line. Sir, what do you mean by if it matches? Diba? Kapag ka yung load nag-match dun sa line, ano daw po ang mangyayari? Maa-absorb ng load yung energy na nagpo-propagate doon sa line. Ma-absorb lahat. That is in theory. Okay? Anong condition para ma-absorb yung energy? Come on. Ano po yung condition na binanggit ko kanina? Hello? Nawala na ang kausap ko. Kailan daw na-absorb? Kapag if the load matches the line. Tama. Thank you, Geraldine. Now, sir, ano bang ibig sabihin nung nagmamatch yung load at saka line? What does it mean when the load is matched to a line? We know that the line has a property called the characteristic impedance. Of course, we measure it in ohms. And of course, the load has a certain resistance or impedance. If the impedance of the load matches the impedance of the line, they are said to be matched. That's it. Naiintindihan po ba? Ulitin po natin. Ano nga po ulit ang ibig sabihin ng matching ng impedance? When do we say that the impedance of the load is matched to that of the line? Come on. You just volunteer so I don't have to call names. Magsalita na agad. Huwag na kayo mahiya. O si Geraldine uli. Si Geraldine ang bida-bida sa season na ito. Go Eden. Laban mo yan.
If the impedance of the load matches the impedance of the line, then the load matches the line po.
Yes, very good. Napakahusay. Ngayon ang tanong, Sir, paano pag hindi nag-match? Diba? What do you think will happen to the energy transmitted along the transmission line if the impedance of the load does not match that of the line? That is now the question. Okay? Now, do you have any guesses? Hula lang. Kasi hindi ko pa naituro eh. Diba? Dahil hindi ko pa naituro, I won't compel you to answer. But if you have any guesses, then you may tell me. No? What do you think will happen to the energy that propagates down the line if the impedance of the load does not match that of the line? Sa tingin ninyo, ano po ang mangyayari? Come on, let those neurons work. Mag-isip po tayo. Hindi nag-match eh. Pag hindi nag-match, anong tawag doon? Mismatch. Ano pong tawag? Pag hindi nag-match, yung impedance ng load at saka ng line, anong tawag?
Mismatch.
Mismatch po.
Mismatch. May idea kayo kung anong pwedeng mangyari kapag mismatched?
Nagkakameron po ng distortion.
Nagkakameron ng distortion. What made you say that, Cheryl? What made you think na nagkakaroon ng distortion?
Sir, kasi dahil po mismatch po sila, magkakaroon po ng distortion and hindi po magre-reach yung load to the end of the transmission line po.
Okay. Dahil daw nagkaroon ng mismatch, nakakaroon ng distortion. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng distortion? Di ba napag-aralan na po natin yan sa principles of communication? Ano ang ibig sabihin nga ulit ng distortion? strictly speaking, kailan ba natin masasabi na yung signal ay nagkakaroon ng distortion? Does anybody remember? Kailan ba nagkakaroon ng distortion? Hello? Wala. Walang nakakaalala? Change of form or shape. Kapag na-alter, nagbabago during transmission. Tama nga naman yun. Kung may waveform tayo, na nagbago ang shape ng waveform, nagkakaroon yun ng distortion. Oh, that's correct. Thank you. Okay. Posible na mag-add siya. Siguro. No? Possibly. It can possibly increase the distortion, but that is not the most obvious effect when there is a mismatch. Now, thank you, Cheryl. No, it can possibly add to the distortion, but that is not the most obvious consequence of reflection. And any other idea? Angeline?
Sir, ano po, pag mismatch po, I think, diba sabi niyo po, pag match nag-a-absorb. Eh di sir, yung mga energy hindi ma-absorb. Doesn't absorb all the energy.
Ano yun, Iha? Sorry, wala akong earphone. Pag-aang
Sir,
tenga ko.
ano, pag po diba mismatch, pag match,
Oh.
sir, diba sabi niyo po, na-absorb yung energy.
Oo.
Eh di sir, pag mismatch, hindi po lahat ma-absorb. Sabi po ni Cheryl, may distortion. Siguro sir, may mga mawawala na hindi lahat makukuha. Yung
Sabi
load.
mo, hindi lahat ma-absorb. So,
Opo.
ano mangyayari doon sa hindi na-absorb?
Eh di sir, di ba yung kay Cheryl pong sabi kanina may mga distortion noise. Eh di
Oh.
sir, yung mga ganun, eh di parang hindi ma-absorb ng load yung mga ganun. May mga maiiwan po sa labas. Ganun po.
May maiiwan sa labas. So, may labas na at loob.
Ay, hindi. Ikaw po siya.
Oh, God! Diba? Madali lang, Ining. Madali lang. Don't overthink. Now, okay, organize your thoughts. Sabi mo, hindi lahat na-absorb. Oh, that is
Opo.
correct. That is correct. So, kung hindi lahat na-absorb, ano mangyayari sa iba?
Siguro po ano, yung sa iba ay ang mangyayari sa kanila if hindi sila ma-absorb.
Oo nga.
Kunwari sa isang bola po, 'di ba sir,
Oh.
kunwari papasukan mo ng tubig, hindi ma-absorb yung
Oh.
ilalagay mong tubig sa loob ng bola.
Oh.
Eh di parang tatalamsik or
Tatalon.
bounce back. Opo, yung ganun. Yung mga ano.
Tawag doon sa bounce back na yun, Ining.
Magre-reflect po.
Ayun na. Ayun na.
Yun na. Yun na nga po.
Ayun na. Ayun na.
Oh.
Diba? Thank you for sharing your thoughts. We also appreciate the students who share their insights by chatting. May mga nag-chat din eh. Sabi si Junie Jane Ari kanina pa. Sabi ni Gwen, nagre-reflect po yung energy pabalik sa load. Parang may kaunting refinement tayong kailangan. Actually, kaya siya nag-reflect kasi yung load hindi matched. So, dapat, pag siya ay nag-reflect, hindi sa load, pabalik. Di ba? Saan ba siya nanggaling? Sa source or sa load? Di ba? Siya ay magre-reflect mula sa load, pabalik sa source. Ayun po. Thank you, Gwen. Sabi naman ni Princess, mag-overheat po at madadagdagan po ang attenuation. Tama din si Princess. Not necessarily mag-overheat. Not necessarily mag-overheat, but it will add up to the heating. Bakit? Kasi yung reflected waves nagko-contribute sa additional heating sa transmission line. And pag yun ay overly excessive, yun ang sinasabing overheat. Ano? Sabi naman ni Alexa, babalik po sa source. That's correct. Magre-reflect po yung hindi ma-absorb, sabi ni Luis Tro. That is correct also. So we were able to establish that when the load is mismatched to the transmission line, not all energy will be absorbed. A portion of it will be absorbed and a portion will be reflected back to the source. And that is why nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na wave reflection sa isang transmission line. Naiintindihin po ba? So yung tinutukoy natin ditong wave reflection, yan yung energy na nagpo-propagate sa transmission line in the form of waves na nagre-reflect kasi nakakaroon ng tinatawag na mismatched condition. Naiintindihan po ba? Hello guys? Okay. Now, more technically, nakakaroon ng reflection as a consequence of what we call boundary conditions. Ano po? Ano yung boundary conditions? Halimbawa, ito ang iyong transmission line. Ano ba yan? Halimbawa, ito yung iyong transmission line. No? Yung drawing ko Ito yung transmission line, no? Sa dulo, yan, may nakakabit dito na kung ano man, ito yung load, no? Diba? May boundary sa pagitan ng transmission line at saka ng load, no? Dun sa boundary na yon, may mga conditions para yung energy ay ma-absorb ng load, no? So, kapag sa pagitan ng dalawa, nagkaroon ng mismatch, o hindi may mga boundary conditions na hindi na-satisfy, nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na reflections. Ano? So yung boundary condition sa pagitan ng transmission line at ng load ang magdedetermine kung magkakaroon ng reflections. Kapag na-satisfy ang boundary conditions, ma-absorb. Kapag hindi na-satisfy, magre-reflect. Now, so ano ang condition? Ang condition ay dapat ang impedance ng load, ZL, ay mag-equal sa impedance ng line, ZO. Okay? Yan po yung condition na kailangang ma-satisfy. Okay? Now, sa dulo ng transmission line, nagkakaroon ng reflection kahit pasabihin natin na may load. No? Saan pa? Kahit hindi sa dulo. No? For example, may dalawang transmission lines, no? Pinagdugtong mo gamit ang isang connector. Yan. Ulitin ko. Ito yung isang transmission line. Tapos dito may connector, isa pang transmission line, 'di ba? So you joined two transmission lines using a connector. Doon sa connector, nagkakaroon tayo ng reflection. Why? Kasi may discontinuity doon. Ano po? Ano? Nakakaroon ng discontinuity kapag gumamit tayo ng connector in order to join two transmission lines. Okay? If a line is terminated with impedance that is not equal to the ZO, reflection occurs. So mahalaga yan. Nabanggit ko na po sa inyo kanina. Ano? Okay? So ito, yung diagram natin na nagpapakita ng transmission line. Ano po? Meron tayo ditong transmission line na may characteristic impedance na ZO. Itong VI, yan ang tinatawag na incident voltage. Samantalang itong VR, ito naman ang reflected voltage. Ano po? Okay. So ito yung load natin na may impedance na ZL. Okay, again, anong conditions? Kapag ang ZL ay equal sa ZO, ano ang nangyayari? Yung power na na-absorb ng load ay ideally equal dun sa incident power. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Lahat ng power na i-transmit natin ay maa-absorb ng load. Kung yun ay lossless at walang attenuation ha, kung lossless at walang attenuation. However, kapag sila ay mismatched, if ZL is not equal to ZO, nagkakaroon po tayo ng PR. No? PR becomes greater than 0. Dito ano ang PR? Reflected power is 0. Naiintindihan po ba? So dini, gaano kalaki yung PR? E di yung PR, yung nag-reflect ay equal dun sa incident minus yung na-absorb ng load. Naiintindihan po ba? Uulitin ko. Dito meron tayong incident power, meron tayong power na ma-absorb ng load, at meron tayong power na magre-reflect. Subtraction lang po. Yan. No? Gaano kalaki yung power na nagre-reflect? E di equal sa difference ng incident power at saka power na na-absorb ng load. Gaano karami yung hindi na-absorb ng load? Ganoon karami ang mag-reflect. Naintindihan po ba? Hello mga kapatid. Naintindihan po ba? Hello, hello, hello.
Opo, sir.
Okay, so that's it. Paliwanag yan. Ngayon, yung impedance natin, minsan hindi siya purely resistive. Diba? Minsan may reactive component sa dito. Lagay ko, meron tayong XL, inductive yung load. Or minsan naman capacitive yung load. It depends. But sometimes, the load is a complex impedance which is not purely resistive. So in that case, nagkakaroon tayo ng reflection. Okay? At the load, yung voltage sa load ay equal sa incident power plus the reflected power. No? So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Eh di nagsusuperimpose yung incident at saka yung reflected at the load. Okay? Uy, next slide. Okay, the reflection coefficient. Ngayon, pwede nating itanong, gaano karami yung voltage na nag-reflect? Diba? Meron tayong incident voltage, meron tayong reflected voltage. Pwede nating itanong, how much of the incident voltage was reflected? We can measure that using a quantity called the reflection coefficient, which is defined as the ratio of the reflected voltage amplitude to the incident voltage amplitude. So mathematically, ito po siya. No, tatlong baryan because it's a definition. This is not just an equation, this is a definition. No? So maraming formula ng reflection coefficient pero isa lang po ang definition. Ito 'yon. No? The reflected voltage amplitude ha, divided by the incident voltage amplitude. But in reality, the reflected and the incident voltage are complex quantities. So therefore, gamma, no, this reflection coefficient, that's the Greek letter gamma. The Greek letter gamma. Yan. Is a complex quantity. No? But the useful quantity is its absolute value or magnitude. No? So although the reflection coefficient can be a complex quantity, what's useful is its absolute value or magnitude. Okay? So at the load, we can measure the reflection coefficient in terms of the load and the line impedances. Ano po? This one is a derived formula. No? This is the formula for finding the reflection coefficient at the load. So this is in terms of ZL and ZO. So ZELZO over ZELZO. ZELZO over ZELZO. Minus sa taas, plus sa baba. Okay? So what do you think will happen, no, to the reflection coefficient if we analyze, no? If there are no reflections, because sulat natin dito, no reflection. Bakit walang reflection? Kasi matched yung condition. Ano ang value ng reflection coefficient? No? Wala daw pong reflection, no, kasi matched. Ano ngayon yung magiging value ng reflection coefficient? Of course, its value will be 0. Kasi wala namang VR. Diba? That is the same when we analyze this formula. Because the load is matched to the line, these two are equal. If that numerator becomes 0, then the reflection coefficient becomes 0. Naiintindihan po ba? That's it. Now, in the case that there are reflections, of course, this VR is typically less than VI. No? And what will happen to the magnitude of the reflection coefficient if reflection takes place due to a mismatch? What do you think will happen? The absolute value of the reflection coefficient will be less than 1. No, I'm sorry, less than 1. Why? Because this VR is less than VI. So if I get, of course, the magnitude of VR, which is less than the magnitude of VI, I will get something less than 1. Now, so the ideal condition is 0 for a matched line, and for a mismatched condition, the magnitude of the reflection coefficient becomes less than 1. Okay? So tandaan po natin, what is the complex expression for the reflection coefficient? Ito po yun, ano? The complex expression is given by the absolute value of gamma, yan yung magnitude niya, e to the j phi. Kung saan yung phi, of course, yun ang phase shift. Ano naman po ang transmission coefficient? Kung may reflection coefficient, meron din tayong transmission coefficient. Yun yung VL, that's the voltage absorbed by the load divided by the incident voltage, VI. So that's the transmission coefficient. How is it related to the reflection coefficient? No, so the transmission coefficient tau equals 1 plus gamma. So tandaan po natin, ano, the relationship between tau and gamma. Now in terms of ZL and ZO, transmission coefficient is 2ZL over ZL plus ZO. Ayan, 2ZL over ZL plus ZO. Okay? Now, ano nga po ulit yung definition ng reflection coefficient? Bago natin iwanan yung slide na yan, tingnan natin kung inyong nare-recall. Ano nga po ulit yung definition ng reflection coefficient? Anyone? Hello? Parang Atlantic daw at saka Pacific, di ba? Ano naman? How do we define the reflection coefficient kanina? Yes, Eljan?
Ratio po ng reflected amplitude over sa
Amplitude lang,
ano po? Voltage reflected
Yan.
over voltage incident po.
Magnitude ng incident voltage divided by the magnitude of the reflected voltage. Tama din si Geraldine uli, di ba? The ratio of the reflected voltage amplitude to the incident voltage amplitude. That is correct. Now, ano nga po ang ideal na value ng reflection coefficient? Ano yung ideal value ng reflection coefficient? Less than 1 po. I don't think so. It's not less than 1. But the ideal value, ideal. Ano ba ang ideal condition? Diba? Zero. Diba? Zero ang ideal value. Okay? Zero po yung ideal value. Ano ba naman interest na ayaw mawala sa ano? Now, kapag mismatched ang load at ang line, anong value ng reflection coefficient? Kapag mismatched ang load at ang transmission line, ano ang value ng reflection coefficient?
Less than 1 po.
Less than 1. That's correct. Thank you, thank you. Sino nag-chat? Sabi, less than 1. Tama. No. Pero mahalaga na ma-realize nyo na ang reflection coefficient ay defined in terms of voltage. Yung nag-reflect at incident doon, voltage yon, ha? Tandaan po natin yun, ha? Reflected voltage amplitude divided by the incident voltage amplitude. So I think we can now move on. Power relationships. Ay na-explain ko na kanina, ano? Pinaltan ko lang yung letter. Kanina voltage, ngayon naging power. Tama po ba? Okay. Anong tawag dun sa PI? Ha? Anong tawag dun sa PI? Nabanggit ko na po kanina yan. PI
Incident
refers to
power
the,
po.
ano po yan?
Incident power.
Tama, incident power. Napakahusay. Ano? Next. Anong tawag naman dun sa PR? Maliban sa press relation. Ano yung PR dito sa drawing na ito? Yun ang tama, reflected power. Kakatuwa si Geraldine. Si Geraldine ay naganda. Oh, gumaganda siya habang tumatagal kasi siya ay active sa discussion. O yung mga pangit dyan, may chance pa kayong gumanda today. Ha? Pwede pa kayong gumanda. Ngayon, kailan nga ulit nagkakaroon ng reflected power sa isang transmission line? Kailan po nagkakaroon ng reflected power? Kapag ala. Wala na ulit, nawala na. Hello. Yan, tama. Kapag may mismatch, tama po yun. So, gaano ngayon kalaki yung reflected power? Kung meron tayong tinatawag na PL, ano nga yung PL? Ha? Ano yung PL? Load power nga naman. Power na absorb ng load. Correct. Ano nga yung PR? Na kung may PI, may PL at may PR, ano yung PR? PR is PI minus PL. Tama. O, dito ang hinanap naman ay PL. No, PI minus PR. Tama din naman, di ba? Ang power na na-absorb ng load ay di yung incident minus nag-reflect. Now, guys, itong equation na ito, assuming that the line is lossless. Bakit? Kasi ganito yan eh. Kung yan ay hindi lossless, yung power na makakarating dito, no? May power tayo dito na makakarating na pito, no? Which is less than PI, no? Due to line attenuation. Naintindihan po ba? Hello guys, uulitin ko, itong ginawa natin ay assuming a lossless line. Bakit? Kasi po, kung ang line ay hindi lossless, yung power bago makarating sa load, pagpalagay natin P2, it is less than PI. Mahina na yun kasi na-attenuate. Okay? Kahit pasabihin natin na yan ay perfectly matched, no? Kahit pasabihin natin na perfectly matched yan, yung power na ma-absorb ng load, PL, ay less than PI. Kung yan ay lossy. If lossy. No? Kahit pasabihin mo na matched. Okay? So again, uulitin ko po, bibigyan natin ng emphasis, itong equation na ito ay kung ang line ay lossless. Kasi po kung may attenuation sa line, yung power bago mag-load, yun ay nabawasan, no, due to attenuation. Kahit pasabihin natin na matched yung condition, yung power na ma-absorb ng load, less than PI, again, due to attenuation. Okay? Sige. Now, ang reflected power ay di natural. Pwede nating express in terms of the reflection coefficient. Ito po ang relationship. No? PR is equal to the square of the reflection coefficient times PI. Yan pala ang relationship ng reflected power at ng reflection coefficient. Ano? So parang sinabi mo na ang PR over PI, no? PR over PI ay equal sa square ng reflection coefficient, and therefore yun palang reflection coefficient is square root ng, ulitin natin. So from this we can say that PR over PI is equal to the square of the reflection coefficient, and therefore the reflection coefficient equals the square root of PR over PI. Naintindihan po ba? Okay, so tandaan po natin yung relationship, ha? Okay. Again, formula yan ng reflection coefficient in terms of the reflected and the incident power. Kanina, no, we may recall, ano nga yung definition ng reflection coefficient? Yung definition niya, yun ay, kung natatandaan natin, yun ay VR over VI. Ayun ha. So kapag ka po definition in terms of voltage. Kasi baka sabihin mo, yung reflection coefficient, ratio ng reflected power to the incident power, no. Kapag power, may square root. Okay? Now, how about PL? O, natural, yung power na na-absorb ng load, ito yon, no? PL is equal to PI minus ano yung PR? Gamma square times PI. So kapag ating sinimplifyan, common factor yung PI, so that is 1 minus gamma squared. So yan po, ano? Tandaan po natin, ha? Ulitin natin. Ang power na na-absorb ng load ay equal sa incident power multiplied by the quantity 1 minus gamma squared. Tandaan po. So, uulitin ko, itong formula na na-derive natin ay para sa isang lossless line. Ano? Ulitin ko, lossless line po yan. Reflection conditions. Ano yun? Oh, yan. Paano sir kapag walang load? Diba? What if there is no load at the end of the transmission line? No load conditions. Kung walang load, ano ibig sabihin nun? Una, walang nakakabit sa dulo ng transmission line. The line is said to be open. Kasi walang nakakabit sa dulo ng transmission line. Para bagang ganito yan. Ito yung generator. Yan. Tapos walang load na nakakabit. Open. Or pwede rin naman na may load na nakakabit. Ito yun, no? Yan. Ito yung load. So pag tinanggal natin yung load, open yan. No? Or kung gusto mo, pwede mo namang i-short. Yan. Pwedeng shorted siya. So under no load conditions, it can be open or shorted. Naiintindihan po ba? Okay. Now, here is the question. Sa tingin niyo nakakaroon ng reflection kapag walang load? That is the question. Sa tingin po ba ninyo nakakaroon ng reflection kapag walang load? Anong ini-imply kung walang load? Ano yung dalawang conditions kapag walang load? Kapag walang load, it's possibly that the line is left open or ano po yung pangalawa? Hello? Tama. Tama. Open or shorted po. Okay. Now, here is the question. No? Kapag kaya open or shorted ang transmission line, nagkakaroon kaya ng reflection? Gagawa ko ng poll para lahat ay maka-participate. No? Under no load conditions, open or shorted, does reflection occur? Yes or no? Yes. No. Perhaps. Sometimes. Okay, pwede na po kayong bumoto. No? Yan, para lahat may makapag-participate. No? Gumawa po ako ng poll. Hala, nawala ako. Nakatulog ako, I'm sorry. May poll nga pala akong ginawa. Sorry. Tingnan natin yung poll. Ilan na po ang nakaboto? Biruin mo, 25. Ilan tayo sa may 38? Aba, ano ibig sabihin niyan? Gusto nyo mag-beast mode ako? Ang bait-bait ko na nga today eh. Tapos kayo, ganyan-ganyan lang. Di ba kayo nahihiya sa ginagawa niyo? Aba, kung ako mahihiya ako. We're able to get 31 votes. I will end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're able to get 26 yes votes. 4 no votes. Perhaps, isa. At sometimes, isa din. Okay. So, to answer the question, now, nagkakaroon nga kaya ng reflection kung walang load? Pag open, o kaya ay shorted ang transmission line? The correct answer is yes or no. Doon ka lang mamimili eh. Pag yung mga perhaps at sometimes, alangan yung sagot, hindi decisive. Normally yung ganun, mali yun. Hindi pwedeng sometimes lang. It should be, kung nangyayari siya, then it happens. Kung hindi, o di hindi. Yun lang yun, hindi pwedeng sometimes. Ha? Kasi hindi naman ikaw yung transmission line. No? Sometimes pasipag, sometimes tamad. Diba? Okay. So the correct answer is yes. Nagkakaroon ng reflection kapag walang load. Parang ganito yan eh. No? May something ka na willing mong i-share. You have so much love to give. Pero walang willing tumanggap. Diba? You have so much to give, but no one is willing to accept what you can give. Ano mangyayari dun sa pwede mong ibigay? Diba? Ay walang tatanggap. Eh, ibabalik sa'yo lahat. Parang ganun ba? Okay. So, ulitin po natin ha. Kapag walang tumanggap dun sa power na isinend mo sa transmission line, kasi open, walang load eh, nagkakaroon ng reflection. Tanong, gaano karami ang magre-reflect? Sa tingin niyo, how much will be reflected in the case that there is no load? Kaunti lang? Sabi ni Princess, 100%. Yes, exactly, that's correct. Natural, walang tumanggap. So, lahat yun babalik. Again, assuming a lossless condition sa transmission line. No? Okay? Lahat yun babalik. So, kung lahat pala bumalik, anong magnitude ng reflection coefficient kung walang load? Lahat pala bumalik eh. So, anong magiging magnitude ng reflection coefficient? Tama si Krisa Moore. 1. Bakit? Eh, kasi natural lahat bumalik. So, yung magre-reflect, equal sa incident. Kaya pag kinuha mo yung ratio, equal yung taas at yung baba, 1 yung makukuha mo. Naiintindihan po ba? Hello? Yes. Mahusay, mahusay. No? Pero anong pinagkaiba kung shorted at open? Ayan. Nakakaroon tayo ng phase shift kapag shorted. No? Kapag ka-open, lahat ay magre-reflect, pero yung reflected wave in phase. No? The reflected wave is in phase with the incident wave. Kaya ang sabi, walang phase shift. Pero kapag shorted, nagkakaroon ng phase shift na 180 degrees. Kaya sinasabi natin, nagkakaroon ng phase reversal. Kaya, nagkakaroon ng negative sign yung reflection coefficient. Kasi nagkakaroon po ng 180 degrees na phase shift. No? Anong ibig sabihin yan? Kung ito yung transmission line, edi ito yung incident. No? Yan. Okay. Yan ang incident voltage pagpalagay. Dito ko sisimulan ha. Yan. Kapag ka yan ay open, magre-reflect yan in phase. So kung in phase sila, magkamukha, 'di ba? Eh paano kung shorted? Eh di pag yan ay nag-reflect out of phase, anong itsura? Magiging ganun. Yan. Magiging out of phase na yung itsura niya. Yun o out of phase sila. Naiintindihan po ba? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng out of phase ang reflection. No? Nagkakaroon ng negative 1. Kasi pag na-reflect, nababaliktad yung waveform. Yun po ang ibig sabihin. Ano? So kapag match condition, walang reflection. Kapag may mismatch, nakakaroon ng partial reflection. At yung magnitude ng reflection coefficient ay nasa pagitan ng 0 at ng 1. Okay po? O sige, mag-solve na tayo ng problems. Ano? Before we solve a problem, i-recap nga po natin ang mga nangyari doon sa table. Ano yung mga posibleng mangyari sa transmission line? Kung ang transmission line ay loaded, no, at nagkaroon ng matching, ano ang reflection coefficient? 0. Tama. Walang magre-reflect. Eh paano kapag mismatched? Paano kapag mismatched? Ano ang value ng reflection coefficient? Nasa pagitan ng 0 at ng 1. Ano? It's less than 1 but greater than 0. Okay. Eh, paano kapag walang load? Kapag walang load, ano ang magnitude ng reflection coefficient? Tama, 1. Anong kinaiba ng shorted at open line? Anong ikinaiba ng shorted line at saka open transmission line? Phase shift. Saan nagkakaroon ng phase shift? Sa shorted. Yan. So kapag shorted ang transmission line, yung reflected out of phase with the incident. So anong epekto nun sa reflection coefficient? Ano ang epekto nun sa reflection coefficient? Tama. Nagiging negative ang reflection coefficient. That's correct. Ano? Mahusay, mahusay. Salamat po sa lahat ng mga nagpa-participate. Ano? So yung mga hindi nagpa-participate, may chance pa kayo para kayo ay magpabibo. No, okay lang naman na mag-participate sa klase, no? Okay lang na mag-participate, no? Mas maganda yung nagpa-participate kaysa hindi. A generator matched to a line na ang voltage coefficient of reflection ay equal daw sa 0.2. Nag-transmit daw siya ng 100 watts into the line. How much power is absorbed by the load? How much power is absorbed by the load? So ano hinahanap dito? PL. Ano nga po ang formula ng PL? Ano po ang formula ng PL kanina? PL equals the incident power multiplied by 1 minus gamma squared. So, substituting the values, ano po yung incident power? 100. 1 minus. Ano ang reflection coefficient? Yun. 0.2 squared. So, gamitan natin ito ng calculator. Ano po? So, that's 100 times 1 minus 0.2 squared. 96 watts. Ayan. Halimbawa, tatanungin kita, how much power has been reflected? How much power has been reflected? Any answer? Hello. Magkano daw po ang power?
Sir, 4 watts po.
Ha?
4 watts po, sir.
Tama, 4 watts. Ano nakuha? Hindi natural, 100 minus 96. Okay po. So yun lang, madali lang naman yung example na yan. Another example. Yan. A 50 ohm lossless transmission line. Ito dapat ay 50 ohm. Yan. Lossless transmission line is yan. Lossless so sinabi niya. Terminated by a load impedance ZL. Ano daw po ang ZL niya? 50 minus J 75. If the incident power is 100 milliwatts, find the power dissipated by the load. Okay. So, to find PL, we need to first find the reflection coefficient. Ano nga po ang formula ng reflection coefficient?
Sir, yung ZELZO po. ZL minus ZO over
ZL
Z.
minus ZO over ZL plus ZO. So magkano yan? E di compute natin. Dapat naka-complex mode ka. Mode complex, tapos fraction sign. Ano yung ZL? 50 minus 75i. Minus, ano ang transmission line ZO? 50. ZL minus ZO over ZL, ano yun? 50 minus 75i plus 50. ZL minus ZO over ZL plus ZO. So, anong sagot? Yan ay 0.36 minus J 0.48. So, ang mahalaga dyan, alamin mo, ano ang magnitude ng reflection coefficient? So, dine, gawin natin siyang naka-amplitude phase form. So, 3/5. Ano po? 3/5 ang sagot. So, degrees tayo. No? Answer. Ano ang answer? Shift, complex, 3. Yan. So, 0.6 or 0.6 e to the j negative 53.13. No? So, kung gagawin natin naka-radian yan, shift mode radian for 0.9273. 0.9273. So, ang mahalaga dyan yung absolute value niya, 0.6. Kasi pag nagsusulat tayo, remember sa advanced math, doon sa form na R e to the J theta, no? Theta is in radians. Anong tawag dyan? Exponential form. Of complex number. Naintindihan po ba? Na hindi pa tayo tapos, sinahanap yung PL. So yung PL, edi PI, which is 100 milliwatts, 1 minus 0.6 squared. $100 times 1 minus 0.6. 64. So the answer is 64 milliwatts. Naintindihan po? Hi. Hello. Naintindihan po ba yung example na ito? Now, gawin natin mas challenging yung problem. No? If the line has alpha equal to, paghanap tayo dito ng mga typical value ng alpha, yung mga previous topics natin. Ano nga yung alpha? Yan. Ano yung nakuha nating alpha din eh? Ito, 20 times 3 to the negative 3 millinepers per meter. Yan. And the transmission line has L equals 30 meters. No? Magkano ngayon yung matitira bago mag-load? PI prime. Magkano yung PI prime? E di yung PI prime ay equal sa 100 milliwatts. Okay. Kunin muna natin yung loss. Magkano po yung total loss? Total loss equals 20 times 10 to the negative 3 nepers per meter times 1 neper How many dB nga po ang 1 neper? 8.686 dB. Yan. Times ilang metro? Ilang metro lahat? 30 meters. Yan. So ano mangyayari? Ang total attenuation niya ay 0.02 times 8.686 times 30. 5.2116. So we have 5.21 dB. Okay. Magkaroon tayo dito ngayon ng power na power incident prime. Ano yan? Ito yung power bago ma-absorb ng load. No? Ito yung panibagong PI, PI prime. Okay? So, magiging equal siya sa o edi 10 to the ano natin ginagawa yun? Di ba yung loss? 5.21 is equal to 10 log ng 100 milliwatts divided by yung matitira. PI prime. Okay? Ano natin sinosolve yan? Di ba antilog? Para ma-solve yan, that's 10 raised to negative maging ano to, divide 10. So 0.521. Negative kasi ang hinahanap natin yung nasa ilalim. So i-multiply mo yan ngayon ng 100 milliwatts. So 30.13. Grabe oh. No? PI prime is now 30.13 milliwatts na lang. Ito ngayon yung gagamitin mong PI doon sa formula. No? Ito yung bago mong incident power. Di ba kanina ang incident power natin na ginamit ito 100 milliwatts? O dahil may attenuation, ito na yung gagamitin mong PI doon sa formula. Okay? So we have 30. O answer na lang, ans times 1 minus, ano ang reflection coefficient na nakuha natin? 0.6 squared. So 19 na lang yung matitira. 19 point, magkano ba kanina? 64 milliwatts, di ba? Ang ma-absorb ng load, 19.28 na lang. So PL equals 19.28 milliwatts. Kung ang line ay lossy. No? Meron siyang attenuation na 20 millinepers per meter at merong habang 30 meters. Yan yung power na ma-absorb ng load. Okay? So that's it po. May tanong po ba kayo regarding this example? May tanong? Si Erwish. Yes, arin na nga, yung kay Stallings. Ano ano ko sa Erwish? Okay, so malinaw ba yung last problem na ito? Naintindihan nyo po kung anong pinagkaiba. Yung una, lossless. Yung pangalawa, what if lossy? O, edi tinanggal ko muna yung loss. Tapos yung matira, yun ang ginawa kong panibagong incident power. Ulitin ko ha, kung ang line ay magkakaroon ng losses, tatanggalin mo muna yung loss. No? After mong tanggalin yung loss, ano ngayon yung matitira? Kung anong matitira, yun yung panibagong incident power. Yun yung PI prime na gagamitin mo ngayon para makuha yung power na na-absorb ng load. Okay? Ganun po yun. Next. Ito. Two lossy lines are joined end-to-end. The first line is 10 meters long and has a loss rating of 0.2 dB per meter. Yan na. The second line is 15 meters long and has a loss rating of 0.1 dB per meter. The reflection coefficient at the junction between line 1 and line 2 is 0.3. The input power to the line is 100 milliwatts. Determine the total loss of the combination in dB. And determine the power transmitted to the output end of the line. So, paano yon? Kung ito-drawing natin, ito yung unang transmission line. May junction. And then to yung pangalawang transmission line. Ano? Okay, lossy daw ha. The first line is 10 meters. Ano yung attenuation niyan? 0.2 dB per meter. Yung pangalawa, anong attenuation niya? 0.1 dB per meter. Ano pa? May haba siyang 15 meters. Tapos dito, sa junction, may reflection coefficient na magkano? 0.3. Okay, 0.3. Oh. Anong unang tinatanong? Total loss. Ano daw po ang total loss? Okay. Tapos ano yung power na matatransmit dito? Pagpalagay natin, ito yung P1, tapos may P2 din eh, tapos magkakaroon din ng P3. No? Yung P3, yun yung power sa dulo. Naintindihan po ba? Okay, so i-analyze muna natin kung anong mangyayari. No? Tanggalin ko muna to. No? Tanggalin ko muna to. Yung P1, yun yung incident power. 'Di ba? Magkakaroon tayo ng loss. So, anong incident power dito? Ano na lang po yung incident power dito? Ayun yung P2. Yun yung after natin siyang matanggalan ng loss. 'Di ba? P1 minus yung loss, yun yung P2. Tapos ito yung load niya na nagkakaroon ng reflection. Kasi itong connector na to magsisilbing load. Kasi yan yung makikita niyang load. So hindi lahat ng P2 papasok dito. Yung iba ay mag-reflect. Naintindihan po ba? Ulitin natin ha. Hindi po lahat ng P2 papasok papunta dito. Yung iba magre-reflect. Alamin natin ngayon gaano karami yung magre-reflect. Gaano karami yung magre-reflect. So, ang P2, yun yung EI na gagamitin natin sa formula. Diba? Remember that power na ma-absorb ng load ay equal sa PI times 1 minus gamma squared. Naintindihan po ba? Hello? So, gaano karami yung magre-reflect? Or gaano karami, tama. Pwede ko sabihin, gaano kalaki yung loss din eh? Ano yung loss din eh? Alamin muna natin, ano yung loss? Loss at the junction. Then, log of P in over P out. Ano yung P in? Ito yung pasok sa junction. Okay. Ano yung P out? Ito yung output. Yung maa-absorb ng junction. Maa-absorb. Sa junction, papunta sa second line. Okay. So that's 10 log of P in over, ano ba yung PO? Parang yan yung PL na P in minus P R. Gets po ba? Ulitin ko ha. Ano daw po? 10 log of P in, yun yung P in, over P in minus PR. Bakit po? Kasi yung PO, yun yung papasok sa junction minus yung mag-re-reflect. Okay? So, 10 log of P in over, ano nga po yung PR in terms of the reflection coefficient? P in minus, remember ano yung PR? Gamma squared times P in. Remember kanina? That PR is equal to gamma squared times the incident power. Okay, so common naman, ano? So 10 log of P in over P in times 1 minus gamma squared. Ayun. So makakancel siya. So may makukuha tayo ngayong loss sa junction. No? Ano na yun yung formula ng loss at the junction? That's 10 log of 1 over 1 minus gamma squared. Okay? O, compute natin. Magkano yun? 10 log of 1 over 1 minus, ano ang gamma? Ano ang reflection coefficient? 0.3 squared. 0.41. 0.41 dB approximately. Hindi po ba? Shift, store, A. Okay. So pag kinuha natin yan yung total loss, edi ang total loss ay 0.2 dB times, ilan yon? 10 meters. Plus, yung loss sa junction na 0.41 plus yung loss din sa kabila 0.1 times gaano kahaba? 15. Ayan. So, meron tayong 3.91. No? Total loss equals 3.91 dB. Ayun. No? Yun na po yung total loss doon sa combination na yan. No? Loss sa unang transmission line, loss sa junction, at loss sa pangalawang transmission line. Ano naman ang hinahanap na sunod? Transmitted to the output. Ano yung power na matitira dito? E di yung power na matitira dito ay di makukuha mo sa total loss. 3.91 is equal to 10 log of, magkano yung power sa simula? Power sa simula ay, sinabi po ba kung ilan? 100 milliwatts divided by X. Yun na po yun. So para makuha yun, meron tayong 10 raised to negative. Remember, ito dinidivide ng 10. So magiging 0.391 na lang yun. Times, bakit niya may negative sign? Kasi yung inukuha yung nasa denominator. Multiply mo ng 100. Milliwatts yan ha. So 40.64 na lang. No? So the answer is 40.64 milliwatts. So approximately, no? Approximately 41 milliwatts. Naintindihan po ba? Okay. So ulitin ko paano natin na-solve yung problem. Para ma-solve yung problem, kunin muna natin yung loss dun sa junction. Ano? Ang loss dun sa junction ay di 10 log of yung papasok sa junction divided by yung maa-absorb sa junction. No? Okay. Now, yung power na maa-absorb sa junction, you can think of that as yung power na maa-absorb ng load na alam nating PL. Na, yung PL na yon ay equal sa incident minus the reflected. Ito yung incident, ito yung reflected. Kung saan lalabas yung reflection coefficient ngayon. So from that, nag-common factor tayo, nag-cancel yung input power, and finally, magkakaroon tayo ng 1 over 1 minus gamma squared. So tandaan po ha, para next time, hindi ka na mag-derive. No? Kapag may isang junction na given ang reflection coefficient, ganito kalaki yung loss na nag-o-occur sa junction due to mismatch. Okay? Malinaw po ba yun? After that, inad lang natin lahat ng losses. Loss due to the first, plus due to the junction, plus due to the second transmission line. Nung nakuha natin yung total loss, from that makukuha natin mula dun sa given input power na 100 milliwatts, makukuha mo na yung total na output power dito sa kabilang dulo. Gamit yung total loss. Okay po. So, ganun lang kadali, ano? Ganun lang kadali. So, medyo, kung itutuloy ko pa ito ay kawawa naman kayo. Mukhang malulugaw kayo dyan kasi medyo challenging talaga ang topic. Non-resonant. So baka hindi nyo totally ma-absorb lahat. Kaya pa ba? Kaya pa. Parang ayaw na nilang mag-respond. Pero at least, yung dalawang problem ba na example na aking sinolve, naintindihan nyo naman. Ito. This one and the previous one. Ito. Ayun. Ang sunod, ang atin naman i-discuss ay kung nagkakaroon ng reflection, anong itsura nung nagre-reflect? Yun naman ang sunod kong i-discuss sa inyo. Pag nagkaroon ng reflection, ano po ang itsura nung nagre-reflect na voltage? So, doon natin i-discuss kapag ang transmission line ay open, kapag ang transmission line ay shorted, ano itsura ng voltage at saka ng current. So, para maganda, i-discuss ko na lang yun ng live, no? Next week, or i-discuss ko per section, na para hindi ganun karami yung inyong papanoorin online. No? Per section ko na lang i-discuss. So sana ay may natutunan kayo today sa ating discussion. Sana po ay nakasabay kayo, and I hope sa mga susunod pa nating mga discussions, mas marami pa ang mag-participate. Kasi today, pinakamaganda si Geraldine. Okay? So akin ang i-end ang recording. Stop recording.